Hello YouTube, this is Asatsu5 and I have another knife review for you today. This is over the Columbia River Knife and Tool Ruger Windage. And let's see if I can get that to stand or something. Guess not. This is a Ruger licensed Columbia River Knife and Tool knife, VEFS rated, and this is actually a gift from my brother for my birthday, along with this ESV Creeds and Confessions True Tone Bible, which is awesome. But this is it's an interesting knife to me. I like the aesthetics of it. But there's one feature of it that I don't like. First off, I want to get you a close-up view of the knife. Has kind of a checkered section on it, like a gun stock, and it has aluminum handles. I think it's HCRV stainless steel. IKBS bearing system on it, so I generally don't like flippers. But this one is okay. It's super smooth, has a good detent on it. I'm just not a flipper guy, but this is alright. I don't mind this one. I love the VEF serrations. VEF serrations are probably my favorite utility serrations, and I generally don't like partial serrations. And I like my partial serrations, if I do get them, to be on the front. Which, let me get this to zoom in. On this Venturinox, the serrations are on the front of the blade instead of at the heel. And I like that mostly for using as a steak knife. I like D serrations for steak knives. And this is a good serration for cutting rope, cutting strap, cutting weed eater string. A lot of utility tasks, these serrations do a very good job of that. I like them because they remind me of tiger shark teeth. The blade is almost 4 inches. It's 3.78 inches long. That's kind of 4 inches is like the Goldilocks blade length for EDC knives for me. For EDC jobs, I like 4 inches, or maybe 2 3/4 to 3.5 inches, somewhere between there. This is a good EDC knife size for me. Now, this probably won't work well for chicks because it's kind of big for chicks' pockets, and it's relatively thick. If you're going to potentially use it for harder use tasks, which that's relative, it's a liner lock, so I wouldn't be batoning with it. But if you're going to be cutting thick rope and stuff, I think this knife would be good for that. And because it has this unique pocket clip, they call it the innovative pocket clip. You don't have a pocket clip that's necessarily digging into you when you squeeze it. So it's pretty comfortable and ergonomic. You do feel that pocket clip, but it doesn't bother you. It does have jimping for those of you who jimping is important. I don't know why, but it does have jimping. I generally don't like jimping on most knives because I find it unnecessary. And when I grip this knife, my thumb doesn't land on the jimping, so I'm pretty pleased with that. Jimping doesn't really help you retain the knife. It just gives you a place to put your thumb, and some people like that, but it's not very important to me. I like this knife for its aesthetics. I definitely like Ruger, the gun brand. It's one of my favorite brands. About 90% of the guns that I've gotten rid of, traded, and regret getting rid of in trading was a Ruger. Ruger is by far my favorite gun company, probably because they're in my price range, and I really like those single action revolvers. I like some of their long guns, but Ruger just always resonated with me. I kind of enjoy the fact that this is a wriggle knife. But that really has nothing to do with the knife itself, because Ken Onion designed this knife. It just has a wriggle licensing logo on it, or a licensed wriggle logo on it. But to me, the problem is with the pocket clip. And let's see, I got a piece of paper right here, and the pocket clip goes on the pocket like that, and the knife has a problem of migrating from side to side. It'll kind of ideally it'll be like that, but sometimes it'll be like this. So sometimes you'll go to pull the knife out of your pocket, and you'll pull it out of your pocket, and your finger will be right here, and you can't open the knife. And sometimes you'll pull it out of your pocket, and it'll be in the correct orientation to open the knife. And I've had this happen very inconsistently. In fact, it was more often than not, it would orient itself in my pocket in a way where I couldn't open the knife up very easily when drawing it average speed, not drawing it very quickly. And I had to manipulate the knife after pulling it out of the pocket in order to open it. But so sometimes it'll be oriented correctly, and sometimes it won't. I think it's a unique knife design, pocket clip design that lends itself to visual aesthetics and comfort, but it's just not. I wouldn't consider this a tactical EDC knife. And for those of you who are new to my channel, I have different types of categories of tactical knives. You have fighting fodors, you have fighting knives, combat utility knives, EDC, tactical EDC, back off, get off of me knives. I have a whole video dedicated to that. And to me, this is more of an EDC knife and not a tactical EDC, because you can't get to it consistently enough where you can open it up quickly in a bad situation. Now, if you're just enjoying your day and you don't need to get the knife out in a hurry, I would say that this is a good knife that will perform well, and it's a lot of knife for the money. On Amazon, it costs $23.36, and on Blade HQ, it's $23.99. So having a very nicely machined aluminum handle, and again I'll bring that up to you so you can see it, to me is very beautiful. I enjoy the aesthetics of it. You have the IKBS bearing system, which makes this a smooth opener. You have 3 VEF serrations, which I love the VEF serrations. And you're getting a very unique pocket clip. It's just if you're wanting to get this knife for a tactical EDC, I would say no. But if you're getting it purely as an EDC knife, I would say yes. The pocket clip is comfortable, and it does add to the aesthetics, but it's not something that I would depend my life on. So that being said, this is a cool knife. I really enjoy it, or I really enjoyed it. And the VEF serrations are awesome for cutting fibrous material, cutting rope, cutting weed eater string. Love the VEF serrations. Would love to get this fully VEF serrated, but that would be kind of expensive. But that's it. That's the knife. And also I want to state this does have aluminum handles, and in the cold temperature will probably not be too will not be too comfortable to carry or to hold in cold temperatures. But right now, I've really enjoyed the knife, and I think for the price is a very good buy. So that's it. I'm a Satsu 5, and I'm out.